new contract to speak about, as Lucas Bergvall has signed on the dotted line a new bumper 6-year deal, which I think we all knew was in the offing. We all knew we had to get that over to him, and he's duly delivered and signed the deal. I wonder how much he's had a pay increase, because he was on like 15 grand a week. Seeing as Archie Gray's on like 70, 75, I do assume it's going to be probably pay parity with that.
Yeah, I think so as well. But I obviously it's fantastic news, and obviously it's reward for what has been an unbelievable first season for him, and probably developed a lot quicker in terms of the stature of him in the squad now. As Andrew was saying in his press conference, even though all our midfielders are fit and available, he's the one getting picked ahead of all of them because of how well he's played. And I think how he's adapted to the Premier League and how he's kind of grown over the season has been absolutely phenomenal. And some of the performances have just been absolutely, he's such a delight to watch as well. He's such an exciting player. He's only 19, he's getting better and better. And I think I can't wait to see how he is, in a couple years' time, because if this is how good he is after just a few months in the Premier League, I think this guy's a very quick learner and the quality is undeniable, I think. And yeah, I think coming from the Swedish league as an 18-year-old, it's understandable his salary was probably a bit lower, but with what he's shown, he 100% deserves a massive pay rise, and maybe even more than Archie, but I would assume probably something similar. Definitely at least parity, I would assume.
Yeah.
If he's got any age and worth his salt, he's got to be at least on the same as Archie.
I think so. And when you're looking at what he brings to the team, it's just unbelievable to see where he's come from and where he is now at such a short space of time. He's literally one of our most important players right now. And you're looking at all these games that we've played over the last couple of months. He's really the one that has stood out of everyone in the squad, not just like the young players coming through, literally. Out of everyone in the squad, he's playing like with a man beyond his years, mentally and physically. And it's just great to see that he's signed the dotted line. And probably when you're looking at the whole squad, and if I could have asked you, there's one player to sign a new contract right now, who would you want it to be? Everyone would be saying Lucas Bergvall. So credit to the club for getting it done. It's a long contract as well, till 2031, 6 years. So let's go and see how Spurs did break the news on social media. This was the first one. It was a video, and he said, last year I chose to come here. This year I chose to stay here.
Which kind of implies there was a decision to make, but which I hope there wasn't one. I hope he wasn't thinking of leaving already. But obviously, I know there was been a few fans who have been a bit nervous, a bit of anxiety about the fact he's been so good and about the fact that we've not been that good. And maybe he's looking around at us being where we are in the league and thinking, maybe I don't want to be here too long, but obviously he's still young. He's got so much football ahead of him. I'm sure, down the line, bigger clubs are going to come in from him, and we'll see what happens down the line, whether he does end up moving into a big club in the future. I don't see him moving anywhere else right now, probably, unless it's like a Madrid or a Barca coming in from in the future.
Barca already came in for him.
Exactly. So, but I think it's just for him, there's no real reason to rush, to be honest, is there?
Yeah, I mean, with Bergvall, I am surprised he's actually signed like a substantial long contract at this moment in time with the way the club is at the moment. But with his age, 18 years of age, like he knows the way he's developed. Basically, the way he's thinking about it, in my opinion, is his development has been so rapid and so big and so monumental for him and the club. I think he wants to carry on that development and then see what happens in the future. And I'm sure if the club are in the same kind of moment in 5-6 years' time, then he will be looking to leave. That's for sure.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. If we're still in this kind of position down the line and he's still playing even better than he is now, then he's an ambitious guy. But I'm sure as well how it's gone so far is probably exactly how we would hope. I would have hoped, he's now
better.
Yeah, he's now a Premier League ready player, performing at a great level. Yes, the team aren't doing so well, but we're still a young team, and I think he sees his own personal growth and development exactly with the trajectory he would have hoped for. I think it's probably better than he could have hoped for. So
we just gotta hope that he doesn't grow faster than the club. You know what I mean? Because when that happens, it only goes one way. Let's keep going. See what else they've put on social media. This next one of him just signing the camera, that lens is going to be worth a lot,
100%.
that's for sure. And then the statement from the club that they put on their website If you keep going, yeah, that's it. And it said on the website, we're delighted to announce that Lucas Bergvall has signed a new contract with the club, which will run until 2031. We have reached an agreement with the club. Having reached an agreement with the club in February 2024, Lucas joined us later that year on the 1st of July from the Swedish League from Djurgården. An excellent debut campaign has seen 19-year-old make a total 45 appearances in all competitions to date, with his first coming against Leicester City in our opening game of the season. He netted his first goal for the club in a 1-0 victory over Liverpool in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup first leg in January, and has 4 assists to his name across fixtures in the Premier League and Europa League. After representing Sweden at under 21, under 19 and under 17 levels, Lucas made his senior international debut in January 2024 against Estonia and has made 4 appearances for his country to date. So that's what they're saying on there.
Yeah, and in terms of he scored his first goal against Liverpool, and I think that goal obviously was like a late run in the box and a really good finish. And we've seen since then, I don't know if he scored since then. Can't think off the top of my head. This is his only goal, but he's
he scored one that was ruled out, didn't he?
He scored one that was ruled out, but he's gotten very close, hasn't he? You can see he's got unbelievable ball striking ability. He's got an amazing long shot on him. The times he's hit that bar against Frankfurt, against Bournemouth, he hit the post with the long range shot as well. He's getting closer and closer, and I'm sure this guy could easily become a midfielder who's getting 10 goals a season.
Yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree. And his first and last goal and only goal did come in our last semi-final that we played. So tomorrow night is the night, Lucas. He's going to get on the score sheet, mark my words.
But he's one of those midfielders as well who you just dream about having in your midfield. Like, he's got aggression. He can put in the tackles. He gets really good defensive numbers. I think, yes, he's young. So I think at the moment, in terms of his awareness and positional play, that's still a kind of learning curve for him. But he's been definitely improving that since the season's gone on. But he has that kind of willingness to put his foot in, and he doesn't like to be bullied. You can see he has a bit of shithousery about him, and he's got incredible technical ability with his ability to glide past players, drive forward, incredible passing ability as well, and incredible shooting ability. So it's like, this guy has nothing he can't do.
Yeah, and you look at it as well, on top of everything that you've just said, I think leadership ability as well, and I think he can really grow into like a leadership role in the future. Maddison said in his interview today for the Bodo game, saying like, at first, he was a very happy guy, just happy to be here, and now he's like kind of telling players what to do and telling players where to be and stuff like that. And at the age of 18, to come into a new team, and after 6 months or whatever, however many months it's been, 8 months or whatever, he's already kind of doing that. That just shows you a lot about him.
In terms of his future, hopefully his long-term future with us, but right this season he's kind of had spells in the 10, spells in the 8, spells in the 6. Do you see him nailing down one of those roles down the line, or do you see him maybe being a guy who could just play all of them?
I think his natural midfield role is probably an 8, but I think he can do it all. I think whatever he wants to do, he can literally do it. I think he could be a brilliant 6. I think he'd be a brilliant 8. I think he could do the 10 role as well. I mean, literally whatever he wants to do, he can do. He's that good. Like, every kind of facet that you need to be in any of those roles in the midfield, I think he's got it all in his locker. I really do. And I think he's going to morph into literally the complete midfielder.
Yeah, that's what it's looking at the moment. I kind of get the feeling with him, he's going to be an 8, like right now, and he's got all this energy, and he's he's got that youthful kind of exuberance about him. I wouldn't be surprised potentially in his late 20s, maybe early 30s, if he morphs into a bit of a 6, kind of when that energy dies down a bit, but he's still got that quality and he's still got that aggression, and maybe he's a much more of a smarter player with his positional sense, and he will still have that quality. Like, maybe down the line he'll turn into a 6, but I think for now, I think he's going to be a fantastic kind of box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah, so that is that. Lucas Bergvall has signed a new deal until 2031. The news that we all wanted to hear, and I think it's time to move on